It's Week 11 of the National Football League.
And at center stage, it's the Raiders' creative quarterback. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns.
It's the Raiders and the Texans on Sunday night primetime.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium opened back in 2020. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, you're
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 12 carries, 106 yards.
just an excellent performance from them on the ground last week, and that speaks to an offense that is operating at a high level on all fronts. Of course, that man running the ball, he's just seeing the field so well. But don't forget about his offensive line. They've really asserted their will out there and are confident they can repeat it again this week.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. You look at the defense for these Texans. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 30-yard line. He'll look to throw. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Back to throw again. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Again, he'll drop to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
They'll look to throw again. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Raiders! A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone every week prior to this one. I'm so excited about this game because to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these 2 teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Will Anderson in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. They go with Jacobs. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. And he floats one there, incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd and 9 now. That's complete into the hands of Myers. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Dancing to his left. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. A gain there of 21 yards.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide is a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finished?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on after the half.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Throw right sideline is complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll look to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. 3rd down and 10. They'll set up to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain of 22.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer. He just... The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bishop. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. The connection with his running back, Josh Jacobs. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
He finds his man complete. That's Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Houston. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Buying time to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Bishop. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it, trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Wide open receiver complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back to throw. He'll buy some time right. This will be caught at about the 6. A lot of effort there for just a 3-yard gain, and now second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. It's an important... Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? They'll come out throwing here on first down. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right, because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. From 3 yards out. And the Raiders are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL.
Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? They run it with Jacobs. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And 9 at the 44-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Las Vegas, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.